So it doesn't matter what stage of diabetes you're in, whether you've just started with reactive hypoglycemia or you're having full-blown diabetes where you wake up in the morning and your blood sugars are 300. You have to follow the red light, green light and yellow light system where you eat a lot of the green light foods to heal, and you go very easy on the yellow light foods, and then you just completely avoid the red light foods. Okay, this will cure you from your diabetes. It will take you off your medication and it will make you like it'll reverse diabetes basically. Okay, I got this from this wonderful book. It's called Mastering Diabetes. This book, it's one of the best books written on diabetes. These guys cure people of diabetes, like hundreds of them. They cure hundreds of them per day just by teaching them the coaching program. And one of these guys is an Indian too, I think. So it's a really cool book to read if you want to understand diabetes. So I'm going to take it out of that itself. The green light foods are fruits. Eat as many fruits as you want. Bananas, mangoes, oranges, anything. Starchy vegetables, that is potatoes, butternut squash, and all of that. And they recommend us to eat corn, but if it's organic corn and organic soya, you can have it. But I would avoid even organic wheat. And legumes, that is beans, lentils, peas, eat as many as you want, as much as you want. These are all the green light foods. Intact whole grains, so eat all the intact whole grains, brown rice, quinoa and millets. They're all great for you. Avoid wheat. And because of pesticide, non-starchy vegetables, tomatoes, cucumbers, broccoli, eat all of them as much as you want. Okay. And leafy greens, lettuce, methi, palak, etc., etc. Herbs and spices, fresh or dried. So chilies and spices and whatever you want, go for it. Oregano, anything. Mushrooms, shiitake, portobello, button mushrooms, any kind of mushrooms. Eat unlimited of all of these things, no problem. But avoid or go easy on these things. Okay, when you're diabetic, you have to be really careful about these things. Avocados, nuts and seeds, nut and seed butters, plant-based milks, and coconut meat and soy products. And even if you're trying to lose weight, you better avoid all of these things, otherwise you'll never lose weight. Okay, so if you're losing weight, like, go very easy on these things: avocados, nuts and seeds, nuts and seed butters, plant-based milks, coconut meat. You can have coconut water unlimited, how much ever you want, but not coconut meat. And soy products, try to avoid soy anyway, like tofu, edamame and all that. And olives, go easy on them. Pasta alternatives made from brown rice and wheat and all that, just avoid it. If you're diabetic and you're trying to lose weight, this is not good for you. Sprouted bread and dried fruits, dates, raisins, apricots, fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, all fermented food. Okay, kefir and all of that, like just coconut kefir, not the milk one. Completely avoid it. And the red foods that you should absolutely avoid are meat, eggs, dairy, oil of any kind, fish and shellfish, and processed baked goods, croissant, muffins, cookies, and wheat, and sweeteners like sorbitol, maltodextrin, etc., etc. Honey comes also under the foods to go easy on. Okay, that's the yellow light. And refined white foods, sugar, flour, any kind of flour, refined flour. Okay, if you're having flour, make sure that it's made with either brown rice or some kind of millet. Don't have wheat flour at all, even if it's whole wheat. Coconut products and processed vegan foods like veggie burgers, vegan cheese, nut milk, ice cream, all of those. Just totally avoid them. Okay. If you do that, then you'll find that your insulin resistance is coming down. All right, and the way to decrease your insulin resistance is also to get enough omega-3. So have a lot of flax seeds. I mean, not a lot, but 15 grams of flax seeds you have to have. And since your oil is low, and since your alpha linoleic acid is the one which is omega-3, and linoleic acid is the one which is omega-6. So you should have your ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 1:1. If it's not being maintained at that ratio, your insulin resistance will go up. And yeah, most people, even if you use a little bit of oil, that ratio goes into the toilet, and then your insulin resistance will go up. Okay, so be very, very careful of your ratio of omega-3. Your total fats are usually omega-6 fats that are found in in nuts and seeds and all of that. So if you take your total, the ratio of omega-3 to omega-6, if it goes more than 1:1, even 4:1, you'll start developing insulin resistance. So you have to be very, very careful to not use oil at all. Let all your fats come from whole grains, legumes. If you do like that, you'll not only lose weight, you won't have insulin resistance, and you'll be getting rid of your diabetes. Now, type 1 diabetes is not curable. If you'll have to take insulin, and you'll have to follow a certain routine. You'll have to understand yourself better. And type 1.5 diabetes, though, is curable when you follow all this and you completely avoid all this, and then you also take antiviral stuff, because it's caused due to virus. So silver hydrosol, monolaurin, and you can also have thyme teas and oregano teas. Okay, oregano is very effective against bacterial infection, and thyme is very effective against viral infection. If you're following these guidelines, not feeding the virus, because the virus feeds on sugars, and it feeds on dairy, it feeds on eggs, it feeds on meat, feeds on fish and all that. So you stop giving the virus its food on which it's multiplied. Viruses don't eat, but the atmosphere created by these food items and pesticides increase the virus inside the body. Okay, so you have to be like very very careful with all these items that you're eating, and you have to completely avoid everything that's in the red category. All right, so yes, this is what you need to do.